CMSportsNet is made possible by Genovas to Go.
And welcome to the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. We've got Winters Mill visiting Century in the Carroll County Boys Basketball Showdown. I'm Pat Stoetzer, and joining me tonight, former Carroll County basketball standout and coach, Devon Lesniak. Thanks for being with me tonight, Devon. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Pat. Thanks for having me, and I'm really looking forward to calling the game with you here tonight.
Same, likewise. Winters Mill, winners of 3 in a row, and 5 of their last 6. The Falcons faced Century in Westminster back on January 2nd, and they won that game by a score of 54-46. They're 8-4 overall and 4-2 in the Carroll County Athletic League. Century started the season 6-0, but the Knights have dropped 4 of their last 6. They did beat Western Tech on Monday by 1 point, get their record to 8-4, but they sit at 2-3 in Carroll County, not a familiar spot when you're a Century Knights team. So quick thoughts, Devon, about tonight's game. You know both teams pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be it's going to be a really good game between both teams. I know, as we were talking about, Century has a couple injuries that they're dealing with, but every time you come here to Wonderland, it's always a test, and he always has his guys ready to go. But Winters Mill's been playing great ball as well, so should be a real good one tonight.
I agree. We have some more pregame coverage for you before we tip things off, so don't go away. The Game of the Week's coming right back. Stay with us.
Hungry? Genovas to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genovas to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genovas to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genovas to go. Genovas to go carryout, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genovas to go.
Welcome back to the Game of the Week. Pat Stoetzer and Devon Lesniak ready to watch Winters Mill and Century in the Carroll County Athletic League Boys Basketball Showdown. The Falcons are led by Coach David Wynn. He's in his 4th season. Wynn's a former county player like Devon. Previously, he coached Winters Mill's girls team. Devon has coached the boys team a little bit as well after he has his high school playing career. The Knights have had one coach in county history and school history, and that's George Wonder, and you know him well. You just said Wonderland. He comes into this game with 334 career wins. It's one of the top marks in the history of Carroll County boys basketball. We're gonna in for a good one tonight, like you said. Let's look at the team stats ahead of the matchup, and you'll see both teams 8-4. Like Devon mentioned, 4-2 for Winters Mill in the county, off to a good start. Just not familiar territory with Century, 2-3, and Winters Mill wants to keep games close, rely on their defense. Both teams play really good defense as well. I think we're going to see a good defensive game tonight out of these games.
Yeah,
these two.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are scoring around the same points allowed. Could be a good defensive game. They're gonna know what Winters Mill plays hard, sits down and plays defense, and George always has his guys ready to go and ready to go.
Team 2 players, keep your eyes on the night. Big Mill, Sam Wyville, Century Jackson Smith. Wyville had a double-double in the Falcons win over Man Valley back on January 18th, and Smith had 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists in Century's close loss to Man Valley the day before that Winters Mill game. Before we get into the starting lineups and the tip-off, we're going to take a look at the boys basketball standings, Carroll County standings up to date. Take a look at the standings. You're going to see Man Valley still on top of the county, but they've taken a couple losses at 6-2. Liberty and South Carroll are staying close. The Lions are 5-2 after there. The Lions are 5-2 after beating Westminster on Thursday. It's a logjam there, Devon, at the top of the standings. Man Valley, Liberty, Winters Mill, and South Carroll.
It really is a logjam, making this game a big one tonight in the standings. And I know a couple teams got some games to make up because of the snow last week, but yeah, I mean, it is a logjam at the top. Anybody can take the county at this point.
No doubt about that. Let's look at the starting lineups now for tonight's game. And the first up is Winters Mill High School. Nat Curley, Sam Wyville, Camden Cook, Tommy Hinkhouse, junior forward, and Owen Case, a junior guard. Camden Cook, more than 11 rebounds a game, so his physicality and his strength is definitely something Wintersville leans on defensively.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And Owen Case can put it in the basket, so can Tommy Hinkhouse. And that's Drew Jenkins off the bench, who still has the 31-point game earlier this year.
Yeah.
Century starting lineup. We mentioned Jackson Smith. Peyton Conrad makes them go. He averages over 4.5 steals or assists a game. Nathan Brown, a call-up recently, actually a sophomore there, not a senior, but a sophomore, Nathan Brown. And then Nick Barron and Tommy Dixon are there as well to round out that lineup. Yeah, you mentioned some of the injuries. Sorry to cut you off. Ben Chenoweth's the one. He's a Player of the Year candidate.
Definitely.
He's missed several weeks with a stress fracture. George Wander hopes to get him back soon. That's a big loss there that Century's had to kind of overcome lately.
It is. Yeah, it looks like they got a decent amount of seniors starting tonight, and then Nathan Brown, like you said, the call-up, the sophomore, getting the nod tonight. So
you've played a lot of games in this gym, and you mentioned it, how they call it Wonderland and how it's hard to play here. What is it like being the enemy coming into a place that's where you know you're going to get a good effort out of a Century team coached by George Wander?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to be mentally focused and ready to go when you come in here, because like you said, I mean, they're always going to be ready to go here. They're going to play hard. They're going to shoot the ball like they always do. You gotta be ready to go, and got to be ready to contest the 3-point line, run them off the line.
Which is what they love to do, is shoot the three.
They love to shoot the three.
Everyone does it, but I know Century does it a lot. If you're Winners Mill tonight, what are you going to try to? What are the keys to win the game if you're Winners Mill?
I mean, from what I've seen from them, they just need to keep on attacking the gaps. They drive the ball well. They get in the gap. Century's going to play a little bit off for you usually. They're not going to be completely up guarding you close to the ball. They're going to be a little bit off for you, and you got to attack the gaps, kick it to the opposite side of the floor and knock them down.
When you're in late January and you know the games mean a little bit more now, can you start to feel it mentally that the guys on the team right now, especially the leaders, they realize, hey, we got to start playing our best basketball because the playoffs are right around the corner?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they realize that, and then especially with we looked at the county standings and we saw that. I mean, right. This is a huge game in the counties. I mean, for them having injuries, like you said, already having the 3 losses, and then Winners Mill. Yeah. They have 2. They're right there with a chance to jump ahead in the standings.
They already have beaten Century once. They beat them back in Westminster by 8 points, like we talked about. And like you said, a 2-3 Century team desperate for a win. Another county loss pretty much puts them out of the range. Yeah. You got to factor. You got to think 4 losses won't do it. I mean, it's stranger things have happened, but a big win here puts them at 3-3, and now suddenly you're looking at a whole new ball game.
Yeah, I mean, that's why this is coming here tonight on their home court. So this is a big game for them. They need this one.
Also, a special night tonight. We're going to give you some of the coverage at halftime. It's Century's first ever School Athletics Hall of Fame. I'm very excited to kind of see who gets into the inaugural class. Been a lot of good athletics here for Century in the 20-plus years that the school's been open. They finally got around to putting together a Hall of Fame. It's not an easy thing. Winners Mill just is two classes in now for them. It's good to see the schools that have been around for the last 2 decades put together a Hall of Fame. It could be fun to see that class. So we're going to head and take a quick break here and pause for the national anthem, and we'll be right back with the tip-off. So it's Century Winners Mill about to tip things off. Pat Stoetzer and Devon Lesniak in the gym here at Eldersburg for you. Crowd starting to come in a little bit. I expected it. We talked about it before we came on the air. Expected a good crowd here for the Hall of Fame induction, and also a really good basketball game between 2 competitive Carroll County teams. Century's going to be in their home whites and Winters Mill in the black with the white numbers. Looking forward to tipping this thing off, Devon.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting, and looking forward to see what both teams got here. Especially because last time you said when it was at Winters Mill,
yep.
Century won by 8. So see what kind of adjustments both coaches made and see what we got here.
So here we go, opening tip-off. Camden Cook for the Falcons. Tommy Dixon for the Knights. Thank you for joining us here on the CMSportsNet Game of the Week, and we're underway. And right away, it's
Easy
Jackson
layout.
Smith for the easy layout. Looked like Winters Mill had won the tip. But Jackson Smith on the spot, and it's 2-0 for Century.
Great start for the Knights.
Winters Mill's first offensive possession. It's Tommy Hinkhouse. Nice pass underneath, left to Sam Wyville all alone, and Wyville lays that in. Give the assist to Hinkhouse.
Great pass there by Hinkhouse to tack the gap.
2-2 early on here. Peyton Conrad. There's Nick Barron in the near corner for 3. Almost a good rebound there by Nate Brown, the sophomore, but instead it's controlled by Nat Curley for Winters Mill.
Good contest there by Wyville on the 3. That's what they're gonna have to do most of the night, is contest those. Knights are gonna shoot a lot of 3s.
They are. Winters Mill will shoot them too, but I feel like it's always a tradition at Century is to have those 3-point shooters. And there's Sam Wyville will take one. That's a little off the mark. But an easy rebound by Cook. His putback no good though, and Jackson Smith gets the rebound, and here comes Century.
As you talked about earlier, Century's gonna have to do a good job keeping him off the glass.
That was Nathan Brown off the glass. It's 4-2 for the Knights, and you're right, it's going to be a lot to handle with Camden Cook. We saw him shine on the football field in the fall. He's already made his commitment to play at the University of Nebraska, following his dad's footsteps. His dad's got a sort of an important game to coach on Sunday in Baltimore. Owen Case, one of the top scorers in Carroll County, and he made his presence known on that drive to the hoop.
Yeah, he's when he puts his head down and goes to the basket, he's tough.
Both of these teams can run. They can run with each other. So it's not about getting up and down the court.
Yeah, it's going to come down to who can get the most stops.
I think you're right. There's Barron over to Conrad. He finds a room around Case. Kind of caught under the basket. Brings it back out. 5 to shoot. Case got around him. Conrad strokes the 3.
He's been playing well this season. Shoots the ball well.
George Warner praises him a lot. Talks about his intensity and just his ability to run the offense.
Yeah.
7-4 now for the home team. Case. Screened by Cook. Century did a good job shutting it around. Case will take a long 3. Curley the rebound. Trying to get inside the Hinkhouse. A little bit of an errant pass. Bounced off Dixon, and here comes Century.
Yeah, they're going to run.
And Jackson Smith takes it strong to the basket, and he will go to the free throw line. Yeah, Smith and Conrad will push it.
Yeah.
And Nick Barron, too. So both of these teams can move it up and down the court. So Jackson Smith.
Good rebound leaking out there, getting out.
His first one's good. There's Jackson Smith, 6-foot senior. Like you said, he's been playing well. He had a little bit of an injury thing earlier in the year, too.
Yeah, Smith has been. He's put together, in the games that he's played, he's put together a good season up to this point.
He has 1 of 2 from the line. It's 8-4 for Century.
Good job by Century there, covering the elevator screen that Winters Mill likes to run over here on the side for Case.
Hinkhouse trying to find some room underneath. 7 to shoot, and I think Wyville stepped down. Yep.
That's one thing with all Coach Wonder's teams. They're if you have individual sets, they're going to scout you out and they're going to be ready to guard those.
No doubt. They do their homework.
They always do their homework.
And you know you're going to see differences here and there the second time around when they play each other. They know each other too well at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's Brown at the top. Brown, Conrad. Nice job by Conrad to get down there.
See if he's going to call it shooting. Looked like he might have been trying to pass it to Smith over there on the side, but he called it shooting too.
Yep. So Peyton Conrad coming to the line now for 2. First one off the mark.
Well, that's going to be 2 on Cook to start the game, so that's a a big second foul.
Conrad actually their leading scorer at 11.3 points per game. Smith right behind him at 11.1, and Nick Barron goes for 10.6. So Conrad 1 for 2, and it's now 9-4. And you're right, Devin. That's a big blow early on here to Winters Mill's defense to have to lose Kim and Coach. For you're going to figure at least the rest of the first quarter.
Yeah, well, you would think.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if he's going to. Coach Wynn's going to sit him for the whole first half.
He might have to.
Yeah,
just because he's important.
Yeah.
Drew Jenkins about to check in, and Chris Scootover came in, number 32 for Winters Mill. He's a big body, so.
Yeah, he's been getting some minutes here as of late. I know she's pretty active on the glass the other night against Key.
Another athletic player from the football team. We've been mentioning them all year. They've rightfully so. Their best.
Yeah, they had a good
season ever. It looked like he lost it going up, and a jump ball's called. Scootover had the right idea. Just lost the ball going up. I think it'll stay here.
Yeah, it's going to stay with Winters Mill. Yeah, like you said, Drew Jenkins checking in the game. It's beginning of the season. He had some huge outputs in the beginning of the season. Good all-around scorer.
He can score, though.
Trying to take after his brother.
It's Robbie. I remember him well. You do, too. So the three-pointer no good there, and back comes Century. They're in control right now in this first quarter. Midway through it, it's 9-4.
Good drive there.
Nice extra pass. Barron got his man up in the air. They're going to call the foul there on Weibel. Not shooting, but that's three now. Quick ones on Winters Mill. Good job by Barron to get Weibel off his feet.
Yeah. Looks like, Winters Mill's trying to run him off the line. They got to maybe, instead of jumping every single time, maybe they got to come out a little bit more under control. But they're doing a good job running them off the three-point line.
Jacob Summers checked in for Century, number 5. Here is Nathan Brown for a 3. Summers gets the rebound. He'll take the 15-footer, no good. And it's Case, and Case will run 2. That's
he looks to run when he gets to the basket. He's pretty tough.
Drew Jenkins for 3. A little hard off the mark, but Weibel's going to track that rebound down. He'll pull up. And they're cold to start.
Yeah.
And here comes Century again.
Transition again, running.
It's a little cold shooting here so far for Winters Mill. Peyton Conrad.
Conrad again.
His second 3. He's got 7 points already, and it's 12-4 in favor of Century. That signature tight Century defense. Nice job by Case. Ooh, got stripped going up.
Yeah.
Barron, will he take it to the hole? He will. Drew draws the foul on Hinkhouse, and it'll be Nick Barron.
Good strong take there.
So far, Century's dominating this game. This will be Barron's first trip to the line.
Yeah, Winters Mill. Century as they always do. They're gonna let you shoot the outside shot. Winters Mill's gonna have to start knocking some of these down. Like you said, tighten the defense. They like to pack it in.
Yep. There's Nick Barron, junior guard, 6'2". He's given Century double-digit scoring. So there are 3 guys that have scoring 10 or more points.
It's 1 or 2.
1 of 2. It's 13-4. A little bit of a run here for Century.
Yeah, Winters Mill's got to get a bucket here.
Jenkins trying to find some room. That's back to Weibel. They shut him off at the free throw line, and they bounce pass it out of bounds.
Winters Mill's going to take a timeout, it looks like.
30-second timeout, Winters Mill. And George Wonders fired up. And rightfully so, as his team leads 13-4.
Yeah, their defense is giving them a little bit of a fit right now down here on the offensive end.
What have you seen so far? Just the Century's ability to, like you mentioned, cutting off the three-point lane. Oh, you mentioned that from Winters Mills side of things, but what has Century done well defensively here so far?
Yeah, I mean, they're just, they're sitting back. They're getting a hand up. They're doing a pretty good job. I mean, Winters Mill needs to attack the gaps, driving the basket. And they're hitting some good kickouts, which they're going to need to do. You just got to knock them down. But I mean, Century's staying solid, and they're doing what they usually do.
I haven't seen a lot of second chances either on Winters Mill and their offensive trips. It's been a lot of one and dones.
Yeah.
Some of those have been long rebounds and have bounced out, but still.
And I think what their only offensive rebound was Camden Cook, and he's going to be the one that's going to fight on the glass for that. So.
Right, correct. Century runs some motion offense there. This is nice job there by Hinkhouse to intercept that pass. That was Tommy Dixon trying to pass down low, and Hinkhouse read it really well.
Yeah, that was a good read by him, picking up the switch off of the double screen up top. Winters Mill going to run the same type of action.
Hinkhouse gets shut off. Oh, nice pass down low. Yep. Chris Schoonover with a bucket there. Nice job on that. He was in some trouble in that inbound.
Yeah, great pass there great pass by Hinkhouse there to find him kind of falling out of bounds.
13-6 now.
Oh, backdoor, good cut. Case.
Oh, there's a foul as they go up the other way.
Like you said earlier, when Case gets out in transition, he does a good job getting to the basket. It's a good timeout there by Coach Wen to kind of stop the run there. Get them back in this first quarter here.
First one's good. Owen Case. Make it 2 for 2 for Case. And it's 13-8. So Winters Mill getting back into it a little bit.
Winters Mill does a good job running this token pressure to kind of slow it down. So when they get set, it's 20 seconds left on the shot clock before they even get into their offense.
Nathan Brown for three. And that hit the cables. That's out of bounds. So a good stop there by Winters Mill on defense. And they settle in. It took them about 4 or 5 minutes to settle in. And now at the end of this first quarter here, they've got back in. Edward Gay comes in, number 23, taking Tommy Hinkhouse out for a breather. .70 seconds left in this first quarter. CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Live from Eldersburg, Century High School. With Winters Mill and Century.
Yeah, they're going to call that.
And they'll call on a legal screen. They called that one on Gay, so that's his first. The team's fifth, although it's a offensive foul, so we won't be shooting yet.
Yeah, no shooting.
A little pressure, like you said, Devon, from Winters Mill.
Good job by Century getting the guy tacking to the middle.
Good that's off. Okay, yeah, that was good defense by Schoonover. Barron tried to get baseline on him, and Schoonover shut the lane off.
Yeah, he kind of got beat off the dribble, but did a great job recovering there on the drive.
Barron, Conrad.
Oh,
step back. Three-pointer.
Conrad coming out on fire tonight.
3 3-pointers already for Peyton Conrad. He has 10 points. It's 15-8.
I think they might have called it a 2.
Oh, they did call it a 2. My bad.
It looked like it was a 3, but maybe it was
you're right.
2.
You're right. Hey, look, that's why you're next to me. I need you here, man.
Great kick out.
Yeah, it's going to be a foul. They'll be shooting now. So you're right. That was a 2. So give him 9 points. He's got the 2 threes, the 1 2-pointer, and 1 for 2 from the line.
Yeah, it looked like it was close on the line, but that's the third time though that Winters Mills kind of came out lunging and picked up a foul. I know they're trying to run Century off the line, but what you need to do.
Give Conrad credit too there for creating some space.
Yeah, that was a great move.
Barron missed that free throw. But So far, it's been Peyton Conrad leading the way offensively.
Hinkhouse checking back in.
Changes. Yeah, Bradley Brown coming in for Century. Schoonover back out because he's Barron makes the second one.
Both teams here in the first quarter here using a lot of subs here in the first quarter.
Agreed. This is Will Knight for Century, number 4. And another one, number 12 is Mason Hendricks. So they have some subs there just to make sure no one picks up a second foul or a cheap foul in the final 17.9 seconds here. So 16-8. Home team up by 8 points.
See if Winners Mill can get off a good one here to
Jenkins.
Hinkhouse.
Oh, Hinkhouse thought he got fouled.
Might have got fouled on that one.
And that's the end of the first quarter. So Winners Mill got themselves back in a little bit, but Peyton Conrad finished it strong. He's got 9 points, and it's a 16-8 Century lead over Winners Mill as we end the first quarter. And like you said, they used a little bit of depth there at the end. I think you're going to maybe wonder, we'll see how long Coach Wynn will go without Camden Cook with the 2 fouls. I think you're right. I think in a perfect world, he sits him for the rest of the second quarter. But if this one starts to get a little bit more out of hand, you just kind of wonder. Tell him do the best you can, just straight up. Again, that's the nature of being the big man and the post man. You're going to pick up some of those fouls sometimes, but you gotta like what Century did in the first quarter.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know how long he's going to sit in here, but like you said, if Century stretches the lead a little bit, might have to come back with Cook, because I mean he's going to give you
stability.
Yeah, he's going to give you a lot. He's going to give you a lot on the glass too. Protect the lane down here on the side. Give his teammates second chance looks and things like that. But he can't have him pick up a third there before halftime. If the Falcons want to stay in distance here, you got to keep him out of foul trouble.
Yep. Dave Wynn talking to his guys in the huddle as they break the huddle there.
Yeah, good first quarter there, though.
Yep.
Like you said, Conrad came out on fire. There'll be an early hold here on
foul called on Winners Mill. Yep. So that's not what you want 8 seconds into the quarter, but Century will take it. Century inbounds under its own basket. Nice dish.
Ooh, looked like he might have got away with a couple steps, but
he did everything but score. That was a nice play. Tommy Dixon just a little strong on that.
It was a good pass.
It was a really good pass. And there's Hinkhouse at the top of the key, or I should say top of the arc. And Silas Durham, that was a minute ago, number 2.
Yeah, he can
there
shoot
he
it.
is. He can shoot. And there's a 3.
Yeah, he can.
You drew it up for him.
Yeah, he can shoot it.
We saw him earlier in one of our games in the week. Liberty had control of the game when he came in late and gave them some good minutes and scored some points for them. So he can shoot.
Yeah, when he comes in, he's definitely a threat to knock him down for sure.
This is Nathan Brown. Nice take. And, called travel. Well, the fans behind him thought it was travel too, and they called it. So that'll be a turnover and gives the ball back to Winners Mill, who find themselves down by 5 here early on.
Yeah, Winners Mill starting to sit down defensively and
liable for 3. A little long rebound by Hinkhouse. Foul called on Century, I believe. It's a spot foul, so. The crowd did sort of trickle in a little bit. We've got a pretty good crowd here now for the Century Winners Mill game.
Yeah.
Second time around, these two teams have played. And down to Hinkhouse. Oh, blocked by Dixon, but Hinkhouse gets it back. Oh, they got a reach and foul on Nick Barron.
Might call another one on the floor.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on Barron. Reached in. It's on the floor, so that's his first.
two early ones here for Century.
And we know the rule now. When you get to 5, it's shooting fouls the rest of the way. And Durham, good take to the hole, just didn't find the net.
I like he's coming in aggressive here, looking to be a spark.
Smith handed it off to Conrad, the backcourt mates for Century. Dixon working hard down there against Case. Conrad will take a 3. A little long, and Jenkins with the rebound, and Case looks to go. He had Hinkhouse, but Century did a really good job getting in the way, and they actually forced a turnover.
On this opposite side screen down here for Century, Winters Mill's going to have to try to fight through and not go under on Conrad, especially with the way that he started here.
Reset the shot clock there with 30 seconds, so refresh 30 for Century. George Wander barking out plays to Peyton Conrad, who will relay them to the guys on the court. Thought Barron was going to take it. Nice pass. They're going to get Barron on offensive foul. I think that was good position by Hinkhouse. Good play by Century, but good job by Hinkhouse.
A little flat screen up top.
And that's 2 on Barron.
It's tough to flat screen up top, tough to guard. You got to figure out if you're gonna fight through it, you're gonna switch it, what you're gonna do, because they did it guard to guard too. So
Winters Mill has had their chances here early in this quarter to chip away at this lead, Century lead. Dumped it down to Hinkhouse, back out to Case. That was a good job. Just couldn't find it. Jenkins does on the putback. Give him a little baseline one-hander. 16-13.
Yeah, good bucket there by Jenkins. And like we said, Winters Mill defense really starting to start to lock in here.
That's
been testing all the threes, staying on their feet.
Nice job by Jenkins. And a nice pass.
Yeah, quick timeout there. Quick timeout by Coach
Century
Wonder
calls
there.
a timeout. It's 16-15. It was 16-8. Century's yet to score a point here in this quarter. And we mentioned how Winters Mill took a minute or two to settle down. What have you seen out of them the last 2 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, they're really sitting down on the defensive end, and they're forcing Century to take late in the shot clock threes, and they're doing a good job rebounding. And I mean, and they're doing a good job pushing the ball up the floor here, getting uneven numbers coming back down here on the offensive end. And they're doing, even without Canham cooking here, they're starting to do a pretty decent job on the offensive glass here.
You're seeing Hinkhouse and Case even go down and get some boards, big boards when they needed them. It was only 8 points, but the way the first quarter went, it could have really gone south for Winters Mill, and obviously now they have stemmed the tide.
Yeah, usually you're down 8 in the first quarter. You say halftime. If you're down, you're trying to get it back to close to tied up before you're going into half, and that's exactly what Winters Mill's come out here and done.
Yep. There's a three-pointer that's a little long, and Winters Mill rebound. Jenkins back to Hinkhouse. He lost it on the way up. Yep. That was Daniel Riley down there for Century in the far corner trying to take that three. They're not shy when it comes to the perimeter shot.
Yeah, they're not bashful.
They are not.
They're gonna shoot a lot of threes, and like we saw in the first quarter, made some, and now I'd like to see them kind of put their head down and get to the basket a little bit, open it back up here.
Breaking news, the jacket is off for Coach David Wynn. His sleeves are rolled up, so he's in the game now too. Long three, Jackson Smith.
Yeah, Smith.
They needed that. Century needed that one to sort of
that was a big shot for
get
them.
Offense going again for them. But
like you said, first points of the second quarter here, so
came at a good time. Wyville kind of got lost going up, and it got tipped out by Century. I think Wyville maybe didn't realize he didn't have a teammate down there, and once he went up, he was in no man's land, but the ball went off Century's hands.
Yeah,
so remains Winters Mill's possession.
See what Winters Mill's got underneath here.
So no Cook yet. And Curley's coming back in. There's a long three. They're going to give it to Tommy Hinkhouse a three-pointer. Not usually his shot, but they will take it.
Yeah, they're playing off of him a little bit.
18, yeah.
Playing a little bit off of him there, and he...
And legal screen. I think he wasn't set when he moved.
Coach Wonder not too
pleased about that call.
Not too pleased about that call, but...
Talking to his assistants, too, about make sure they're not barking too much at the officials. Let George do the barking, right? So Winters Mill can take a lead, and Camden Cook is about to check in.
Here's one of the sets that Winters Mill runs in Century, as they always do, like we talked about, had it well scouted out. Wyville.
Nice job by Sam Wyville. That gives them the lead. 20-19. Only the second bucket for Sam Wyville, but it gives Winters Mill their first lead in a while at 20-19. Maybe their first lead tonight.
Winters Mill's doing a real good job down here of attacking the gaps.
Jackson Smith puts an end to that. He can light it up from three as well. That's the fourth three-pointer for Century. 2 each for Smith and Conrad, and it's back to a 22-20 now lead. Sam Wyville will take a three off the front of the iron. And Winters Mill started on Century, stepped out of bounds on the line. Here comes Cook and Nico Baez, number 10, checking in for Winters Mill. And Century will understand that Cook's back in with 2 fouls and 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter.
It looks like they're calling it out down there now as soon as he checked in.
They'll attack if given the chance. And one extra dribble there.
Curley getting in there.
Should be a jump ball turnover. Nope, that just going to stay here, actually. A reminder to stay with us at halftime. Right after the end of the first half, we're going to have Century's first ever Athletics Hall of Fame induction. Looking forward to seeing who is the inaugural class of 2024.
Yeah, like you said earlier, been a lot of big-time athletes that have come through this school in the short amount of time, so I'm looking forward to see who's getting inducted tonight.
Case tried for the baseline and it was blocked away. I think that might have been Ryan Matthews, who's checked in now for Century, number 22. He has it at the top of the arc. Matthews, a big body, athletic. He's been dealing with some injuries here this year as well. Of course, we mentioned in the pregame, Century's been without Ben Chenoweth for most of this season. They do expect to get him back. We saw during warm-ups he still has his boot on.
Ooh, tough shot.
Oh, tough shot goes in. Give the bucket to Jacob Summers.
Tough shot by Summers there. That was good defense by Winters Mill.
It was, with the shot clock winding down, too, and it's 24-20 with a minute and a half to go in the second quarter. Cook will give off to Case, and Cook will try to find a spot under the hoop. Almost knocked away, and off of his knee. Off of Case's knee, turnover. That's Century's defense showing its colors there.
Yeah, sitting down here at the end of the second quarter here.
Case comes out, number 20, Camden Deming comes in. And I think they're probably going to get Cook out just yet. That's probably smart.
Yeah.
So Cook gave you a minute there, and he's coming out. And Chris Schoonover comes back in. Nathan Brown coming out for Century.
Good
nice
cut.
flash. Matthews using some muscle there. Winters Mill wanted the foul call. Instead, it's a bucket and a little mini run here for the Knights.
Yeah, like you said, Matthews coming in here, giving them some physicality here on both ends of the floor.
Wyville will take a three, and he'll swish it.
Good shot.
Sam Wyville. They needed that. It was a 6-point lead there by Century. Jackson Smith puts on the brakes. Back out to Conrad. And Deming tried to pick him from behind. There's a foul there. They only had one foul, so that's not a terrible foul there.
Yeah, they're probably going to get a layup out of that, as it looked like Conrad was going to drop it off to Matthews there. So definitely not a bad foul.
4 3-pointers for Winters Mill, 3 3-pointers for Century. The Knights have a 3-point lead with 35 seconds now and counting. Conrad goes to the hole. Hayden Conrad getting the job done tonight.
Yeah, that was a good, strong take there.
Drew Jenkins will fire a three. Maybe not the shot you wanted there.
Yeah.
And now Century can hold for the last shot and potentially go up by 9 points. Or 8 points, pardon me.
Good pass.
Nice bounce pass. And going for it is a loose ball. Should be
Century's ball here with 2 seconds left.
2.3 seconds. Jump ball called under the hoop. And George Wonder will bring in some guys that, in case there's a putback or draw a play up here under the basket with 2.3 seconds to go.
Yeah, he always has some good out of bounds under plays, so see what he's got up his sleeve here.
Nope, shot wouldn't have counted.
Good contest there by Jenkins there to end
We
the
have
half.
reached the end of the half in a competitive and fun first half at Century High School in the gymnasium, where the Knights lead the Falcons 28-23. Remember, we're going to stay with it here, and we're going to quick thoughts before we get into the Hall of Fame broadcast or ceremony. Your quick thoughts from the first half. Good job by both squads, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, as we discussed, Winners Mill got off to a little bit of a slow start, but a quick timeout there by Coach Wynn, kind of get the boys settled in there, and Winners Mill did a pretty good job there, fighting back and getting back in the game. Century made a little run there to end the second quarter, but Live will hit a big three there to kind of answer there going into half. But yeah, it's been a good first half.
It was. I'm impressed by Conrad's offensive ability there to lead the team there. Not that he can't do it, but other guys have done the damage in the recent games, and now this time it's Conrad's turn. So
yeah,
we're going to go ahead and take it down to the court here in a second with Century Principal Brian Booz, who's going to be the master of ceremonies for this Hall of Fame ceremony. See the table set up there at mid-court with the plaques.
Yeah, anxious to see who makes it in the first Hall of Fame.
We're going to see some familiar faces here at Century.
I think we kind of have an idea who maybe some of them may be.
I think we do, and I know we're going to have. Eventually, what they're going to do is they're going to have the plaque out on the hall when you come into the gym. There's going to be a nice wall with a nice decorative, much like Winners Mill has done.
Perfect.
It just hasn't come yet. I talked to athletic director Ashley Hoyt, and she did everything she could do, and it wasn't. It didn't ship, so they're going to have to wait on that.
Waiting a little bit.
It's going to look nice, and it's going to be a nice thing of things to come. Yes, we're going to take a quick break from the word from our sponsors. When we do come back, in a really quick break, we'll have the Hall of Fame ceremony for Century at halftime here in the game of the week. Don't go away.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
Back halftime, the CMSportsNet game of the week. Pat Stoetzer and Devon Lesniak. Let's go down to the court where Brian Booz has begun the ceremony for the inaugural Century Athletics Hall of Fame class. Let's go ahead and take it away to Mr. Booz.
Our first honoree is Lauren Schwartzman-Skelkoff, class of 2004. Lauren played soccer, basketball, and lacrosse, earning 8 varsity letters during her time at Century. Lauren earned 2 first-team All-County Soccer Awards, 1 second-team and first-team All-County Basketball, and 2 first-team All-County Lacrosse Awards. She won 2 state championships in soccer, 1 lacrosse state runner-up, and 1 lacrosse state championship. As a senior, she was first-team All-Metro for soccer and lacrosse. She won WTTR Female Athlete of the Year Award and was named County Player of the Year for soccer and Co-Player of the Year for lacrosse. After Century, Lauren played across the Division I level for Johns Hopkins University. She was named second team All-ALC her freshman year and earned first team All-ALC her remaining 3 years. Now she is the head women's coach at Mount St. Mary's University. Please help me in congratulating Lauren. Our second honoree is Katie Schwarzman House, class of 2009. Katie played soccer, basketball, and lacrosse, earning 12 varsity letters, and still holds the scoring record for lacrosse with 307 career goals. Katie won 3 girls lacrosse state championships during her time at Century. As a freshman, she earned second team All-County for soccer, and then earned 11 starting first team All-County awards in soccer, basketball, and lacrosse. In 2006 and 2007, Katie was named the Carroll County Basketball Player of the Year. In 2008 and 2009, she was the Carroll County Lacrosse Player of the Year. She secured a spot on first team All-Metro, earning All-Metro Player of the Year honors as a senior, and was crowned WTTR Athlete of the Year during her junior and senior year. To cap off Katie's career in 2009, she was named Carroll County Athlete of the Decade. After Century, Katie played lacrosse at Division I level for University of Maryland. She was a finalist for the Dwart Award, the nation's best college lacrosse player, in 2011, and then secured the award her junior and senior year. Maryland won the national championship her freshman year. She was also named ACC Rookie of the Year, 2010 IWLCA, third team All-American, and All-ACC team. She finished her collegiate career with 3 more All-ACC teams, 2 ACC Offensive Player of the Year awards, 2 ACC tournament wins, and the Scholar Athlete Awards, 3 IWLCA Midfielder of the Year awards, 3 IWLCA First Team All-American awards. Post-college, Katie was a member of the United States national team from 2010 to 2021, where she was a world champion in 2013. Now Katie is the assistant lacrosse coach for Penn State College. That's kind of good. Congratulations, Katie. Our third honoree is former head girls lacrosse coach Rose Pence. Rose was the first girls lacrosse coach for Century High School and held the position for 8 years, earning a record of 125 wins and 13 losses. She started the program having only a JV team in 2002. In her first year as varsity head coach, with only underclassmen, Rose led her team to the state championship game. Under her leadership, the Knights earned 7 trips to the state championship game in 8 years, capturing 5 state championships and 2 state runner-ups. The Knights had their first undefeated season in 2006, and Rose was named Baltimore Sun Coach of the Year 5 straight seasons, from 2003 to 2007. Off the stadium field, Rose was a member of the instructional leadership team to open Century High School in 2001 and served as the crisis counselor until 2014. Rose now enjoys retirement with her beautiful family and Randy, her husband. Congratulations, Rose Pence. Our next honoree is Julian Woods, class of 2013. Julian played soccer and was a member of the indoor track and track and field teams. Throughout his time at Century, he captured 7 MPSSAA 2A individual state championships, dozens of county and regional championships, still holds multiple school records. He won his first state championship as a sophomore in the 300-meter hurdle and continued to win every 300-meter hurdle race from that race on. He was the #1 American finisher at the Penn Relays in states his senior year. As a soccer player, he led the Knights in goals scored his junior season. To cap off his Century career, he was named Maryland Track and Field Gatorade Player of the Year, WTTR Male Athlete of the Year, Carroll County Times Boys Indoor and Track Outdoor Athlete of the Year. After Century, Julian was a member of the Division I track and field program at Mount St. Mary's University. He was a 6-time NEC Conference Champion and 3-time NCAA Division I Academic All-American. He is the only athlete in NEC recorded history to win the conference title in the 60-meter hurdles, 110-meter hurdles, and 400-meter hurdles in the same academic year. Julian is now a successful dentist in Maryland. Please help me congratulate Julian. Our final honoree is Mara Lindy Nestow, class of 2011. Mara was a member of the cross-country, indoor track, and track and field teams. During her time at Century, she captured 3 cross-country state championships. She was a 7-time individual state champion across the 800-meter, 1600-meter, and 3200-meter events, and was a member of the 3-time state champion 4x800 relay team. After Century, Mara attended Syracuse University, where she was a 2-time NCAA cross-country participant. She was named All-Region in 2014 and was a 2-time NCAA regional qualifier in the 10K for outdoor track. When she finished her career with the Orange, she recorded a 20th place finish at the USTAF Club Cross Country Championship, and in 2020, she was an Olympic Trials Marathon qualifier and participant. Mara now coaches cross country and track and field at Johns Hopkins University. Please help me congratulate Mara. Thank you all for honoring these wonderful athletes and our class of Century High School. Thank you.
Devon, that was awesome. That was awesome to watch.
That really was awesome.
That was awesome to watch. We are back. And halftime is here. 28-23, Century is your score. And we are going to go and see some of the first half highlights before we do. The Century Hall of Fame classes in the books. It just, both Katie Schwarzman, Lauren Schwarzman, Mara Lindy, Julian Woods, and Rose Pence. I mean, not a bad first class in Century High School. No,
not a bad first class at all. And Mr. Booz was calling out all their accomplishments.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. All the accomplishments that they put together, and
high school and college.
Yeah, and then still with Katie being at Penn State.
Yep. Lauren at Mount St. Mary's, both coaching. Lauren's the head coach, Katie's an assistant coach. Yeah, it was great.
That was very good to see.
And Mara coaching cross country at Johns Hopkins. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first half highlights that we saw between this boys game and Wintersville and Century. Good pass down low to get that early bucket there by Sam Leibel.
Yeah,
we saw good defense on both ends of the court, but Peyton Conrad was able to do this early on, establish himself with those 3-pointers.
Yeah, he really did establish himself straight from the start.
Will Knight's going to give it back to Conrad. I think he's going to pop one from the corner, and he was feeling it in the first quarter, and that's what Century needed to get themselves to that early 16-8 lead.
Yeah, he came out aggressive, and then.
Good pass there.
Great pass by Hank House. This is when Winters Mill kind of started fighting back a little bit.
Yep, you're right. This was the step back. It was on the line. I thought it was a 3, but it was a 2.
Looked like a 3, yeah.
Anyway, it was 16-8 at the end of the first quarter. But Winters Mill, like you said, established themselves again, got them back into a rhythm, and started playing better defense and led to the offensive chances.
Yeah, they started sitting down defensively.
Good put back there on the baseline by Drew Jenkins. And again, like you said, just one and dones there for Century, and Sam Weibel will come right into your living room. A great pass down low there. Yeah, another reverse layup.
Another great pass. Good finish there by Drew. Low reverse there.
I thought both teams did good things. Obviously Century has the 5-point lead, but again, we talked about that first quarter and how things really could have gone in the opposite direction for Winters Mill, but it did. You see Tommy Hinkhouse get a wide open look at a three and knock it down. Winters Mill battled back into the game, and they're ready to, even with their top defender and top rebounder, Camden Cook, on the sideline for most of the first half with 2 fouls. We're going to see him here in the second half, but credit them for not letting that be their death knell early on in the game.
Yeah, like you said, they were down 8 there going into the second quarter, and what they held Century scoreless there for the first 4 minutes of the second quarter to get themselves right back in the game.
You see the team stats through the first half. Not much doing from the free throw line, and 4 3-pointers from Century and 3 from Winters Mill. So the long range is going in. They're pretty even for most of the other. Yeah. Century been there, to the line 8 times and hit 4 free throws, and that's really the difference in the game. They have a 5-point lead. So I expect a little more of the same. What do you expect here in terms of what you're going to see out of Century to start the third quarter?
I mean, they're going to do what they do. They're going to still sit down defensively. They're going to sit in the gaps. They're going to sit back, and they're really going to force Winters Mill to hit outside shots. I know Winters Mill hit 3 threes, but
right.
I mean, Winters Mill did when they made the comeback and got back in the game there. They did a great job of getting into the lane, hitting the gaps like we talked about in the beginning of the game.
And I think if you're Winters Mill and if you're Century and you know you're up by 5. Mm-hmm. If you're George Wonder and you talk to the guys at halftime, what's the message you want them to? What do you want to see in the first, say, 3 to 4 minutes of the third quarter? Nursing that 5-point lead.
Get the lead up to at least 10 here.
Okay.
I mean, they're Winters Mill saying the opposite. Coach Wynn saying the opposite. Let's try to, by the end of the third quarter, let's see if we can get back to being close to tied. And Coach Wonder saying, hey, let's be aggressive, push the ball up the court, and let's stretch this lead out to 10 at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it now as we're about a minute and 5 seconds from starting the third quarter. It's only a 2-possession game. It feels like Century should be up by 10, 12, 13 points, but Winters Mill's gotten themselves back in the game. And like we talked about, they did it without the services of Camden Cook for most of the first half. Credit to Schoonover and Jenkins and Case and Hinkhouse for getting some of those rebounds that Cook usually does. But if one of those guys can start to get a little offensive rhythm, they're right back in this game.
Yeah.
Early in this third quarter.
Like you said, 2 baskets in there, and they're right there. They just gotta try to. First quarter, Century came out and jumped out. They can't let Century get off too.
Right.
Hit a couple threes here to start the second half. Have a couple silent trips down on offense. They gotta.
Yeah, you don't want to see that lead if you're Winters Mill balloon up to double digits really quick in the third quarter, or else it could go south.
And I mean, it can with Century.
Oh, no doubt.
With the way that they shoot the ball. You hit a couple threes, and all of a sudden they stretch the lead out. But
13,
Winters Mill starting here with the ball.
Could be real quick. So here we go. Third quarter underway. Little motion offense to start for Winters Mill. Pass in low, Wyville. Blocked away. Oh, the foul called.
Yeah, it's Coach Wonder's not happy about that. Ref on the opposite side there called that, not the one right in front.
Right. Whether it was a foul or not. It's 2 now on Winters Mill.
Tommy Hinkhouse now with 2.
Yeah.
So him and Cook both have 2 here. So.
Or no, actually that would have been for Century's foul. So he's talking to Tommy Dixon. That's okay. Yep. All right, got that one. So 1 of 2 from the line for Wyville. And 28-24. So a little bit of a chip into the lead. We'll see Century's first possession offensively of the third quarter. This is Nick Barron, who's also had to sit for a while with 2 fouls. That'll be important, too. Who's going to get into foul trouble? Who can overcome that?
Big man.
The big man is right. Gets called for the foul down the one end. And Tommy Dixon hits a 3-pointer at the other end.
Yeah, Dixon coming out. Hitting the 3 there.
Go figure. Century, big guy. He can hit a 3-pointer.
Shocker.
Sam Wyville. He hits a 3-pointer. Wyville might be heating up a little bit.
Yeah,
he's got 11.
Good answer there by Wyville.
31-27. There's Barron down the lane. Tough shot. Oh, and a late foul call. Probably the right call.
Yeah, it looks like he might have got hit
with
there.
the body. Yep. It was a good take by Barron.
Century always does a good job with their motion offense, so spacing the floor. You get somebody up at the top that can get to the basket and drive. The floor's wide open because they got action going on both sides of the floor.
It's that first one. Made the second one.
Right back where we were at half.
Yep, 32-27. You hear Dave Wynn yelling for him to go on offense.
Matt.
Good board by Sam Weibel. Dump it down to Weibel. Nice bounce pass off of Cook's hands.
It's a good look by Weibel.
That was a good look, yep. And Central inbound under the basket. 2 minutes in to the third quarter. And like Devon said, the lead is 5, 32-27.
Tough
Nate
shot.
Brown, nice turnaround shot.
Sophomore. Putting a little step back there. I know he didn't make his first 2 shots, but you can tell like a lot of Century's players, he's got a smooth stroke.
Case, I think, just from taking that up straight up. Instead, he tried to go around the defender.
Made it a little bit more difficult
I
for
think he might
himself.
have, yeah.
Great
Nice
cut.
pass, Jackson Smith.
Might have to be a quick timeout by Coach Wynn here.
Smith has 11. Yeah, let him play it through. Smith has 11. Conrad has 11. And 36-27. A 9-point lead. This is Cook. Hinkhouse will take a 3. Kisses him off the glass. It still counts.
Hinkhouse, you know, in the games I've watched, you haven't seen him taking many threes. It's 2 for 2 on the night.
Hit 2 of them. McBarron, top of the arc. Dixon over to Smith in front of his bench. And there's a Camden Cook rebound off the front of the iron. And Hinkhouse. Century wanted to travel, didn't call it, and Weibel takes it strong.
Good take by Weibel.
It was a good take, just couldn't finish. And here comes Century.
Good jump stop.
Oh, it was a good jump stop.
Yeah, it's a good job playing off of 2.
Case will settle it down. Weibel will bring it across the midcourt stripe. 36-30. Century up by 6. Case for 3, and that's an over-the-back foul. Oh,
wow!
A foul on Winter's Mill.
Cook's third.
That's 3.
When it looked like it was going to be the third on Tommy Dixon. Like you said, pushing the back, it looked like it was going to be on.
I mean, we're up here, they're down there, but
yeah,
I thought they were going to call Dixon over the back. Instead, it's Cook's third foul.
Yeah,
Dave Wynn didn't like it.
Yeah, Coach Wynn not too happy about that one.
Voicing his displeasure. That's a tough shot. Yeah, that's a tough angle, I should say, to take that shot. Foul on Drew Jenkins. Jackson Smith will go to the line. Makes the first one.
Jackson's had some pretty good drives here. Start the second half.
Yeah, he's up to 12 points now. Two twos, 2 threes, and 2 for 3. Make it 3 for 4 from the line. He's got 13 points. And it's an 8-point lead for Century at 38-30, and Smith comes out for a minute as we have got to the midway point of the third quarter. Appreciate everybody joining us for the CMSportsNet Game of the Week on Century's Hall of Fame night, where the home team Knights have an 8-point lead. Nice pass
by Jenkins.
Oh, Weibel misses the bunny. That was a good pass.
Yeah, that was a great pass there by Jenkins.
Century on the move. Barron.
Good job by Henkhaus there.
Offensive foul, Barron. That's 3, I think. Let's see. Yeah, that's the 3rd one. Good job. That's the 2nd time they got Barron on an offensive foul.
Yeah, that was good position there by Henkhaus.
Yeah, he had his feet set. And there's a timeout for Winters Mill. 30-second timeout for the Falcons. 30-second timeout for the Falcons with 3:32 to go. I think Winters Mill did a pretty good job in the first minute or two, and then Century took over the last 3+ minutes of this quarter.
Yeah, Century did. That's kind of what we talked about too. They can hit in a couple threes, get into the basket. They can stretch the lead out, but Winters Mill, 3 possessions.
Oh yeah, not out of it, no any stretch.
Yeah, Winters Mill still there. They need to put together a couple good offensive possessions.
And they've gotten a couple of the stops you talked about, early in the quarter. Just has not yet translated to points. They missed a couple layups underneath.
Yeah, I mean they've had a couple good drives too. Like you said, missed a couple easy layups down here, attacking the gap.
To overcome,
just need to keep doing that.
Right, I was going to say to overcome that is how can you not let that get you down, or how can you overcome those missed free? Because you're going to miss those shots once in a while, right?
I mean, yeah, you're going to miss them. You just got to keep driving the ball. They're getting to the rim.
That's what you didn't want right after timeout. Was a turnover and a little miscommunication there between teammates, and right back to Century, and that'll make any coach pull in whatever hair they have, pull it out.
Especially out of a full timeout. I'm sure Coach Wynn had something drawn up there out of the timeout.
You would think. Regardless, it's Century's ball. 3:15 to go in the quarter. That's Nathan Brown. Good job on shutting off, making it a tough angle to shoot. And Wyville will bring it down inside the paint. He'll hand off to Drew Jenkins.
Knocked it down.
Knocks down the 3.
Big shot by Drew there. I think Winters Mill gets out and runs and pushes it too. Kind of get the uneven numbers getting back and get some buckets that way too.
38-33. And here come the Falcons again after a miss, with Matthews couldn't hold on to it. Here's Owen Case. He gets into the lane and he drops it in, and there's your little burst there.
Yeah. So maybe the first possession out of the timeout didn't work, but the next couple ones, they've come alive here. Jenkins with the 3, and then a good pull up by Case there. Back to Winters Mill here. Sitting down defensively.
Only a 3-point lead.
Jackson Smith checked back in.
We got a foul call here underneath. Foul on Century.
Sitting at 3-3. Still got a couple more to go before we get to the bonus.
A 3-pointer. Silas Durham.
As we talked about in the first half, put him in the game. He knocks him down. He's a threat from the outside. Comes in and hits a big shot. Winters Mill tied up. Conrad answers.
Conrad knocks it down from inside the paint. 40-38. 1:22 to go.
Good job playing off of 2 feet, controlling.
Nice baseline shot there by Henkhaus. And we are at 40-40. Tie score, 40-40. Smith got his defender in the air. He'll take that three and hit it.
Ooh, big shot.
Jackson Smith.
Got Winners Mill off their feet again and knocked it down. Smith having a strong third quarter here.
Indeed. Back and forth these last couple possessions. I was trying to catch my breath. Nice take by Owen Case. Give him 6 now.
He does a good job playing off of 2 feet. Getting to the rim.
Under 10 to go. It's Peyton Conrad. Nice pass to
pass.
Smith, and that's a foul on Jenkins. Yeah, that was a good pass. That's not Smith, rather, but Matthews. That's what Peyton Conrad does best for Century, is to see the court.
Yeah, not a bad foul there by Jenkins though for a layup. They still want one away from the bonus.
(43-42), 4.5 seconds to go. Here's Conrad, good as it goes. At the front of the rim, and we have a 1-point game. It was an 8-point lead not too long ago. Winners Mill battled all the way back, had a couple big 3-pointers down the stretch, and hey, we expected this to be a good game, and we got ourselves a great game here with 8 minutes to go on the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Got to be happy with how Winners Mill ended that quarter if you're a Falcons fan, because again, they were in that moment where it might have gone wrong.
Yep. Yeah, they got some stops. They sat down on the defensive end, forced Century to take a couple tough shots, and then they got out in transition, got them right back in the game, hit a couple shots there as well. But yeah, I mean, as we discussed in the beginning, Winners Mill, they're going to come and they're going to play hard, and they're right in it.
I think they got through that quarter. Oh no, I saw they did it. Cook got his 3rd foul, but he's sitting at 3 and not 4. So that's a benefit for Winners Mill. And for Century, I mean, it's been the Smith and Conrad show tonight.
Yeah, it really has
for the Knights. I mean, other guys have contributed a little bit here and there and getting some rebounds and passes, of course, too. But offensively, I mean, 29 of their points coming from Jackson Smith and Peyton Conrad.
Yeah, 29 of the 43. So
good efficiency.
Winners Mill's got to kind of, they want to pull out the W here. They need to kind of slow those two down here in the 4th quarter. But they're doing a good job sitting down and playing defense, forced them to take a couple tough shots there.
The one thing that you could look at is maybe a thing that Century's left on the table. They've missed 5 free throws. Otherwise, it'd be an even more comfortable lead. So that's one thing that Winners Mill can realize that they can get back in the game that way. Conrad being guarded tightly by Owen Case. Barron's back in. Gives off to Smith. That's a 2. It's a long 2 for Jackson Smith.
And he's shooting the ball well tonight here.
Give him 18, and it's a 45-42 Century lead. Case gets in. Oh, nice job. Nice job by Nate Brown.
Yeah, Nate Brown. Good defense there.
And right back to it. Jenkins blocks Barron. Back and forth.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good block there by
2 good blocks
by Jenkins. Brown on the other end.
Yes, sir.
Forcing the block.
These guys know how important this game is. Both these teams. Winners Mill trying to keep pace, and Century trying to stay alive for lack of, for all intents and purposes, in the county race. Dixon. Oh, that rebound by Peyton Conrad.
Yeah,
nice pass
rebound.
out. Scoot over. What do we got? Offensive foul.
Wow.
Yeah, probably fair. Scoot over was in the lane.
Good charge there.
That's 3 now that Winners Mill has drawn today, I believe, if my math is right. 3 offensive foul, 3 caused turnovers basically by their defense. So good job by Winners Mill.
Watching a lot of basketball on TV, you don't see a lot of teams take charges anymore. So
lost art. Drew Jenkins a little short. That had a good arc, but a little short.
Yeah, good look.
Those are the ones you're going to need down the stretch here, I think, if you're Winners Mill. You want to get back in the game. You're right. They can't leave him. 4 3-pointers for Jackson Smith, and just like that, it's a 6-point lead for the home team.
Yeah,
It's a good take by Durham down into the lane and a foul called on Century. Knights didn't like it, but contact on the way up. And
yeah, I mean, if the Falcons want to win this game, they gotta find Smith, especially in transition.
His first free throw of the night.
Silas Durham coming in here though, give the Falcons some good minutes here.
Indeed, 7 points.
Yeah, knocked down 2 threes. Aggressive, getting to the line.
Plenty of time left, 6:38 to go. This could make it a 4-point game if Durham hits this. It's a little long. 1 or 2 trip for Silas Durham, and these points are going to start becoming a premium here down the stretch.
Yeah, especially from the line.
Oh, almost a bad pass, but Conrad gathered it. Get it down low to Matthews. Back out to Brown. He'll try 3. A little long, and Case has the board already across midcourt. He's not a bad football player. I'm on football mode. Midcourt. And again, back to a little motion offense, or motion moves here. Durham, that was halfway down. Fight for the rebound.
Another good look.
Going to stay here.
Another good look for Durham there.
It was. Hinkhouse coming back in for Winters Mill. In for Schoonover, and Dixon will come in for Matthews after that good hustle by Matthews on the defensive end. Inbound to Winters Mill under its own basket. Now it's back out to Durham. It's a fresh 30. Yeah, reach in foul, and Jackson.
And I like how aggressive Durham's being now coming in here.
Absolutely. I think it's only the first foul on Jackson Smith.
The games I've seen, in the games I've seen, he shot the ball well, but he's doing a good job getting to the rim here the last couple possessions here.
Durham lost it a little bit on the way up. I think Winters Mill wanted a foul there, but didn't get called. Good defense by Century. Coming up on 5.5 left in the fourth quarter. Nate Brown, long, and Hinkhouse doing a good, Case doing a good job on these rebounds.
He's pushing it up to Jenkins, and that's a
big three-pointer by Drew Jenkins.
Hey, that's where Winters Mill can get back in this game, is pushing it in transition. Case does a good job pushing it, find it, and hit the shooters.
Good box out, but Conrad gets the board. Hinkhouse boxed his man out. No one else came and got the ball after this missed 3 by Smith. Those little things could go a long way toward
Conrad being pretty active on the offensive glass here in the fourth.
Indeed. Looking for a spot to get in, and they're going to call a foul. So that'll be a fresh 30 with 4:50 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is going to be a great ending here.
I think so. Barron. Almost a steal by Weibel. Instead, it gets back to Jackson. Oh, he tried to fish it through a couple too many guys. And Weibel, count the bucket.
Wow.
And he might have a 3-point play. He got the sophomore off his feet.
Great look up there by Hinkhouse.
And this could give the Falcons the lead.
Being a forward, getting the rebound, looking up for Weibel there. Getting the...
In that particular instance, you want Weibel to hustle back, but he stayed back, and it actually benefited him because he was out there on the outlet. Subbing out. And a timeout now, full timeout, 60-second timeout for Century. I think they were a little unsure what they wanted to do there. On that timeout, but how about Winters Mill? They get a chance here after this timeout to hit this free throw and take the lead with 4.5 minutes left, basically, in the game. You got to give Winters Mill Falcons a lot of credit of battling back in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they're sitting down on the defensive end, and they're getting stops, and then they're doing a pretty good job of getting it up in transition. Hit a couple couple threes in transition, and then a good take there by Weibel.
Good credit too to the coaching staff for not letting an 8-point lead rattle their guys. You know, no panic button was pressed. Yeah. They've been in these games already this year. We've already mentioned how 4-2 in the county with some big county wins, lost an overtime game, a close one to Man Valley, and then beat Man Valley in overtime the second time around. Beat Century the first time in Westminster. They know what it takes to beat the good teams in Carroll County.
Yeah, they really do. They've been in a lot of close games, and they are coming down the stretch here, like you said, two great timeouts by Coach Wynn to kind of, when Century looked like they could pull away a little bit, he kind of brought them back in there. So 2 good timeouts by him, and now they got put themselves in a position to be up 1.
Yep. And we'll see what George Wonder said out of that timeout that he called there to set up this free throw. I just think they were a little unsure of themselves defensively. Didn't know they were subbing in for. Better to call the timeout, settle everybody down.
Something to keep an eye on too is Century has 4 fouls already too here to start the 4. So 1 more. Winters Mills in the bonus. And
missed the free throw. Jenkins with the rebound, but the putback was a little bit short, and that could have given them a 2-point lead. Otherwise,
see what Coach Wonder has out of the timeout here.
We're back to a tie score. It's 48-48.
You got to think that Conrad and Smith are gonna be pretty aggressive here. Good move.
And we're gonna call that a continuation, but regardless, he's going to the line to shoot 2. Good take by Jackson Smith. Senior leading the way right now, unofficially here with 21 points. That's a team high and a game high, so he's on his way to a big game, and they needed it in a big way.
He's been aggressive, and he's really shot the ball well. If you're Winters Mill in this situation, though, with Century having 4 fouls, you're looking to be aggressive and drive the ball to the basket. You're shooting 2 the rest of the way.
He made them both. He's got 23, and it's 50-48 Century with 4:05 to go. Halfway home here in the 4th quarter, at least in regulation. Good take there by Case.
Another good take.
Jenkins, he finds room. Left hand. Boy, two really good looks there by Winters Mill, and nothing to show for it. And Tommy Dixon pulls down the rebound for Century. And it's going to be a foul on Case.
Yeah, those were 2 good looks there from Winters Mill. Case, good set there by Coach Wen down. I mean, a little handoff with all the action on the other side to clear the side out. Good set.
It's 3 on Case, according to the scoreboard. Both teams have 3 timeouts left as well, so don't go anywhere, anybody. We got ourselves a good final 4 minutes here. Nick Barron will take that 3, and Tommy Hinkhouse, another great job to box out, get that board.
Yeah, good rebound. Good contest there by Jenkins on the...
Sam Weibel gets through the lane. Somehow it goes in. He's up to 15 points, and it's 50-50.
Yeah, great take by Weibel there, getting into the gap.
Quick shot. 3-pointer, Daniel Riley. His first points of the night. Nothing but net.
Yeah. Riley not bashful there on that one after 1 pass, knocking it down.
That's the 8th 3-pointer for Century tonight. Tatham almost dribbled it off his foot. He needs help, and a timeout called by Wynn. He was not quite 5 seconds, but getting close to being
full timeout there by
60-second timeout. 60-second timeout for Winters Mill. Again, just to sort of settle things down. Huge shot there by Daniel Riley, the junior.
Yeah. That was a huge shot off the 1 pass. We haven't really seen him take too many shots tonight, so that was a big shots that.
His first make comes at a big time for Century that unknots that 50-50 score, and it's going to take a big shot like that down the stretch for one of these guys to do, and either to come from behind if you're Winters Mill, or.
It seems like both teams here in the 4th quarter have answered with big shots. It's going to see who can sit down and get the last stop.
So I got you sitting here next to me talking about big shots. You hit one of the biggest shots ever in the history of boys basketball. And I had the pleasure of being there to watch it. I know it's been a long time since you hit that shot. It helped Winters Mill get to the state finals you guys won. You guys still talk about that game? Still talk about what that was like, just being able to do that on the court at Comcast Center at the University of Maryland?
Yeah, I mean, just the experience. I mean, lucky enough, I was able to go there as a sophomore as well, when Jimmy, Matt Dean, Ryan, and all them were there. But to make it back a second time, yeah, I mean, it's something that you don't forget. And so, some people say, well, it was back in high school, you're older now, but it's still something that you just something that you still never forget, and especially, I mean, since what was it, 1946, I think it was,
for a boys team to win a state title.
Yeah,
we've had a couple. The county's had some other attempts.
Yeah,
but you guys are the only one, and there's Nick Barron.
Big shot by Barron. Coach Wonders had a couple good trips there. I don't remember the exact year, but I know he had a good.
Got to the finals.
Yeah, got to the finals
about 6 years ago or so. Came up a little bit short, but had an awesome run, and it's just a fun time. Sam Weibel, that one's off the mark. And out of bounds. It's going to go toward Century. Yeah, it's out of bounds on Winters Mill. So a big shot down there when we're talking. Now it's a 6-point lead for Century. Yeah, you always had that, right? You always you did other things in your career as well. You played in college as well, but hey, if someone's going to hit a shot to send a team to the state finals and you guys win the state final, not a bad feather in your cap.
Yeah, it was definitely a great experience, and
it was fun
for our team to do that. We didn't start the year out too well, but I mean, we had fantastic coaches all around us. You had Coach Herman.
Yep, we've had him on our broadcast.
Coach Byers, of course.
Yep.
Legend in this county.
Absolutely.
Coach Walker being on the bench.
They left him alone, and that was Tommy Dixon. And just like that, this is what Century can do to you when they're running on all cylinders. That's an 8-point lead again. Good take by Durham. Just the last couple times we've had a couple good takes, just haven't been able to get it. We're under 2 minutes to go now, and it's an 8-point lead. Time is of the essence here if you're Winters Mill. Yeah,
Century's kind of stretched it out here. Winters Mill had those couple good takes. Maybe took a couple quick shots down there trying to get back into it, but
this could be a
big
dagger possession.
Right
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. There. Whips the pass. Nathan Brown doesn't go down, and Winters Mill has life. They got to score here.
The pass to Hinkhouse.
Good pass down low. Hinkhouse, good defense by Barron and Dixon. And now you have to foul.
Yeah, you would think that being down 8 here, they're going to maybe let him play it out this one unless he's going to.
There's a turnover.
Here comes Weibel.
And you don't want to foul if you're Century.
Yeah, good take.
And Weibel scores. So I think George wanted them to call that foul down there in front of the basket. Regardless, Weibel scores off the glass. Full timeout for Winters Mill. Give him 19, and it's not over yet. 58-52.
Yeah, Weibel he's kind of done it all here tonight. He's hit a couple threes.
Yep. He and Drew Jenkins, the only guys in double digits for Winters Mill. It's been a little spread out. Hinkhouse has the 8. Silas has 7. Chris Schoonover, actually, I think that's Owen Case has 6. Schoonover just has I think he's got 4. But anyway, spread out.
Spread out.
Yeah, it's these last minute and a half. I know we've been waxing poetically about your big shot, and while we're watching this last minute and a half, Century sort of to really convert, make those misses of Winters Mill bite them in the end.
Yeah, they really have, and knocked down a couple of big shots, and then got behind him in the full court pressure there. So
credit that they came out of that timeout. George called that full timeout with about 4 minutes to go, and it's pretty much been all Century since then.
Seems like every so we were discussing with the timeouts that Coach Wynn took earlier. It seems like after every timeout that each coach has taken tonight, their team has come out, got a couple stops, and went on a run. So.
Just that one where the Winters Mill turned it over, unfortunately, after that 30-second time. But you're right. There's been a lot of good answers to whatever the coach has been drawing up. So not quite done. 55.8 seconds remaining in a 58-52 game. But Winters Mill is going to really need to foul. The next foul. Actually, they have one foul to give, so they can try for a steal here.
They might try for a trap here. They can get a trap, one trap, and then they're going to have to give it.
You got to give it. I would think you have to give it soon.
Maybe they're not going to with it only being 2 possessions, but.
Well, now you're
going to let it. Can't foul now.
No, actually, so I think they were trying not to have Case foul. Maybe because he only had 3, but anyway.
But they still had 1 to give.
They did, but just you milked about 15 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, I mean that definitely took a lot of time off the clock to give one. Got a foul.
They are not. And there's a foul. They're going to call that one on.
Might have been on pace.
23. 23? 32 they called it on. So that will stop the clock with 33 seconds to go.
See if Conrad can convert here, like we were talking about coming down. We knew they were going to go to the line after they got an 8-point lead. See if they can convert.
One of these makes it a 3-possession game too, Devon. So that's going to be really tough. I missed the first one. Of course, we just jinxed him. But 2 possessions, 33 seconds, not over yet. 3 possessions, you got time still, but you're running out of time.
Yeah.
You got to score 3 times and have them not score. So.
Yeah, Winters Mill's going to have to get something quick here. Coach Wynn only has 1 timeout left too.
He missed them both. And Winters Mill.
Good drive by
Case will go to the line, and Dave Wynn will call timeout. So Case gets in. So
kind of what you said earlier with without Century really stretching the lead, it's kind of been free throws that kind of have held them back. What are they on the
4 for 6 is Winters Mill by my count, and 9 for 16 for Winters Mill. For Century rather. So
they got to knock the freebies down here down the stretch.
Yep.
Winters Mill's going to have to foul.
They have to foul now. Yeah, they're down by 4. Those two missed free throws give them life, but still with less than 30 seconds to go, Century could in essence not shoot it, just hold on to it and come away with the victory.
Winters Mill maybe gives one trap in the corner, force them to the corner, get a trap, see if they can get a quick steal, but then they're going to have to foul. Right. They're going to have to foul quickly.
Quickly, yep, quickly is correct. All right, 26.6 seconds remaining on the clock. Century 58, Winters Mill 54. We knew it would be a good finish. After that 1-point lead at the end of 3 quarters.
Yeah. It's been a great high school basketball game now.
Winters Mill had it tied at 50
Got to give
50.
a trap one. Got to give one.
And there's the foul. And that'll be Jacob Summers going to the line for the first time tonight.
Had a chance with the first trap, but
it was drawn up pretty well there. And it's 2 free throws rest of the way.
Winters Mill going a little offense, defense here.
So it can still be a 2-possession game even if he hits both of these. That's the first one. Well, I know what they're working on tomorrow morning in practice, Devon.
Yeah. Coach Wonder's not going to be too thrilled about the performance from the free throw line, that's for sure.
I mean, by my count, Jackson Smith's 5 for 6, and the team is 9 for 17. So that just shows you what they did at the line besides him. The second one goes.
Coach Wonder going to take a full here, set the defense up.
Yep, why not? It's a 5-point lead. How impressed are you with the last few minutes of what Century did there? That was 50 to 50, and it's been a 9-4 run. Now, it really, at the end of that third quarter, it was a 1-point game. It really could have gone either way, and Century sort of slowly took advantage of that, or took control of that fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Wonder took that time out when things were kind of not going their way there, and they've came out, they've settled down, and they've hit some big shots before they've gotten to the free throw line here late. But I mean, it was good. Very, very good response by them coming out. And
right. I think if you're Winters Mill, you're just going to lament those few misses you had earlier in the fourth quarter where they looked like they had good opportunities and good looks at the basket. They're not going to go sometimes, but it's just those are the ones you need to have in that fourth quarter to win games like this.
Yeah, I mean they hit the gaps, they got in there, and they got to the rim, and
good takes too to the
very
rim.
Good takes to the rim, and had those probably three there. Could have finished. Could have made it a different game, but
not officially done yet. 20.2 ticks to go. Winters Mill out of timeouts, I believe, so they can't stop it anymore. And they're going to make him.
Yeah, I was going to say, you didn't have to throw it all the way down. You still had some time.
Drew Jenkins, a little off the mark, and that might do it. 10.5. Peyton Conrad's going to go to the line for 2. And this is me saying this, but I feel like they had to have it. Century had to have this one tonight, and it looks like they're going to get it with 10.5 seconds left to get themselves, still give themselves life in the county race.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that before the game when we were looking at the standings. This was being on their home court, losing to Winners Mill at Winners Mill. This is kind of a game that they needed to win. It was kind of a must-win to stay in the county race, especially with a lot of teams only with two losses.
Yeah, we had mentioned that 6-0 start to the season, and then they went on a bit of a losing streak, but they won. They won the other day. Western Tech beat them by a point. A full timeout now for Century. Just had to sort of stop that losing streak, and now they knew this game was going to be a big one, so they got that win against a non-county team, and now with 10.5 seconds left, they're on their way to get another county victory.
Yeah, I mean, you knew coming into this game, they got the 1-point win over Western Tech Monday or Tuesday, but coming into this Monday, three solid days of practice, coming in prepared, ready for a big game.
They had lost 4 out of 5 before that. They lost to Man Valley, lost to Westminster by 2, and they lost in that Winners Mill game. So 3 of those losses were county, and they were sitting at 2 and 3. Just not a place you're used to seeing a Century boys team be at this stage of the season. But and credit to those other teams for getting those victories. But again, like we've beaten a dead horse here, but they needed this one in a big way.
Yeah, I mean, this is big win for them, and as we discussed earlier, it's a county. It's kind of wide open. A lot of teams can beat each other on any given night.
All right, 10.5 seconds to go. Winners Mill needs something here. And trying to get a home run ball there, and it was intercepted by Peyton Conrad, and they're not going to foul. That's going to do it.
Good high school basketball game here in Eldersburg.
Absolutely. Century takes care of business on its own court. It avenges that loss earlier in the season to Winners Mill.
I guess it would be Sykesville.
I'll call it Eldersburg. Come on.
Eldersburg, Sykesville. I don't want anybody to get mad that I called it Eldersburg.
It's a Sykesville post office, Devon, but it is Eldersburg. Your final score, Century 61, Winners Mill 54, and Jackson Smith leading the way for the Knights with 23 points, a game high. 4 3-pointers, 4 of the 9 3-pointers went down from Jackson Smith. And Peyton Conrad at 15. Those two guys were the big reason why Century can be in the mix still in this county race at 3-3.
Yeah, I mean, scoring 38 of their 61. I mean, they kind of took over when they needed to. Especially, I mean, Jackson hit some big shots there in the fourth quarter when Century needed them.
Devon, your quick thoughts just on how this one played out. We saw a 1-point game going in the fourth quarter, and we saw the home team take care of business in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no, this was a great game. A lot of back and forth. I think as we said, great timeouts called by the coaches on the different runs, and then every single time it seemed to happen, the other team was able to go on a run themselves. And I think that final run for Century obviously put the game out of reach for Winners Mill. But I mean, really good game, and like you said, both teams had a chance there.
Yeah, no doubt. Time to step aside one more time here, but we got some more post-game coverage coming your way, so don't go away. The CMSportsNet Game of the Week is going to come right back.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carryout, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast, presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels. Every Wednesday at CMSportsNet, it's Game On. Tune in for a look at Carroll County sports scene. Join me as we preview upcoming games, talk with the coaches, and bring you exclusive reports you won't see anywhere else. Plus, each week we'll unveil CM Sportsnet's Athlete of the Week. Don't miss CM Sportsnet's Game On, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We've got you covered. Welcome back to our post-game coverage, CM Sportsnet Game of the Week. Pat Stoetzer and Devon Lesniak from Century High School, where the Knights pulled away, I should say, from the Falcons, 61-54, the victory. We're going to see the final team stats from this one, Devon, but just again, some of your impressions of how Century handled themselves here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about from the free throw line, but I mean, there's just making the shots at the right time when they needed to, when Winters Mill fought back in the game 50-50, and it was just a matter of fact of hitting some big shots down the stretch.
Look at the three-pointer, 17 tonight between the two teams. I mean, you knew we were going to see the three. Credit to Jackson Smith and Peyton Conrad and those guys for knocking them down. Winters Mill too, though. Yeah. Case and Hinkhouse and Weibel. It was a competitive game. I know the score looks like they pulled away at the end, but we'll see some of the second half highlights here from the game. And it was a competitive second half after that. Again, Century had its leads early. Winters Mill would come back into things, and Winters Mill, I thought, started the third quarter pretty strong, sort of get themselves back in the game. See there, it was 31-24 early on. There's Weibel.
Yeah, Weibel, he had a good game tonight. He played well for the Falcons.
We saw this combo a lot tonight. Just Conrad, that was a good turnaround feed for the sophomore.
The sophomore.
Right, but just a good backcourt duo there between Conrad and Smith. They've been playing with each other for a while. They know what they're doing, and you can really see it on the court.
Yeah, I mean, especially down the stretch of the season here with big games coming up before the playoffs. Two seniors gonna need to lead the team here coming down the stretch.
Tommy Hinkhouse knocking down that three. We didn't see that really part of his game, but he was keeping the Falcons alive. Here's Weibel again with a nice handoff and another three. Drew Jenkins, we'd mentioned him too. I mean, he has that 31-point game from this year, a 30-point game. He can score.
Yeah,
He's been really consistent for Winters Mill, but yeah, he can definitely shoot the ball. So can Silas Durham. They've got guys who can shoot.
Yeah, Silas Durham came in. I mean, with Century, they're gonna shoot a lot of threes, but Winters Mill kind of, as you saw, from 9 and 8, 17 total threes.
Right.
Winters Mill will shoot them with them too.
And every time we would see Winters Mill kind of
All right, I think we're back. Sorry about that, everybody. We had a little power supply shortage there. We're going to come back here and give you some, hopefully a post-game interview here. We're going to talk with Jackson Smith in a few minutes. But, Devon, before you go, we were watching the highlights there. We're going to go ahead and catch some of the highlights again here real quick. Again, we've talked about this a little bit, just ability to Century. Every time Winners, I was saying before we went off, every time Winners Mill would get close, Century would pull away, and that's a credit to Jackson Smith and Peyton Conrad and other guys. We saw Daniel Riley hit that big three there at the end.
But Jackson Smith, he was fantastic tonight, and whenever it seemed like Century needed a bucket, he got it.
Yeah, we're going to talk to him here in a second. Before we do, I wanted to just say, there we go, we're back now, we're back. And no problem, everybody. We just had a little bit of a power outage there. Devon, I do appreciate you joining us tonight and spending some time with us on the Game of the Week. I hope you can come back for another big game. It was a pleasure. I know we talked about the good old days and stuff like that, but it's always fun to talk basketball with you. And definitely, good luck at Mount St. Joe and the rest of the way. I know you're helping them out too, coaching-wise. And thanks again, my friend.
I really appreciate it, and I'd love to do it again.
Yeah, man, we're taking one more quick break. When we come back, we'll talk with Jackson Smith, one of the players of the game. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Post-game show, CMSportsNet Game of the Week. I'm joined by Jackson Smith. Big night tonight, Jackson. 23 points. The three-pointer was going down for you. I just want to ask you, you got out to the 8-point lead after the first quarter. Winners both sort of battled back into the game. You knew they were going to do that. What was the feeling like on your side as you would go out to the lead and they would sort of whittle it down? Was it just you knew it was going to be like a boxing match there?
Yeah, going into it, we just knew it was going to be a constant back and forth. So we just continued to fight back and do our stuff.
I think at the end of the third quarter, you had a 1-point lead. It was maybe 43-42. You jumped out to a lead again, and then they got all the way back and tied it 50-50. Coach called a timeout when you guys were on the free throw line. Do you remember what he said in terms of like what you needed to do with? I think it was about maybe 4 minutes ago in the game. Settle things down, take a breath. What was said on there during that 6-second timeout?
Yeah, because they're obviously a very skilled team. We just had to focus on not letting them get wide open, making them take tough shots and just not letting up anything easy.
Well, I've talked to you about this before, but like when the first three goes down, does that just calm your nerves and make you realize, hey, okay, I'm not going to make them all. I hope I make them all. I'm not going to make them. If I don't make the first one, I feel a lot better about myself.
Yeah, I mean, my mindset during the game is just keep on shooting. They're going to fall eventually, so I just never get down on myself. Just keep believing in myself.
I think you guys had 9 tonight, and you and Peyton definitely had the bulk of the points. Peyton's so good at distributing the ball, and not that he's the only one that does it, but, what's it like playing with a backcourt guy like that, where you guys have been playing for a long time together? You know where each other are on the court. It's got to make it that much more fun to play basketball for Century.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing with him for years, so it's just like our team chemistry has just continued to evolve. He's great at finding the open guy and just making the right decision. So it's always makes it a lot easier for me to score the ball.
You guys were 2-3 in the county going into this game. It's not a place you're familiar with. Century's usually a better record than that. This was almost a must-have if you want to stay in the county race. What do you think this does for you going forward? You had the win against Western Tech the other night by 1 point, and now you get a good home win against Winnebago, who'd beaten you the first time. It's got to give you a big confidence boost as a team.
Yeah, we definitely needed this. We knew coming into the game that we had to win this one.
Yeah.
And we knew the county race is starting to get a lot closer with it being very competitive, so we knew we just can't give up any more losses.
Yeah. Hey, man, well, congrats on a great game. Appreciate it, man. Stick with me right here. My thanks to Jackson Smith for giving us a few minutes on the post-game show. Don't forget, CMSportsNet has you covered with next week with 2 basketball games on tap. First up, we've got Century traveling to Uniontown on January 30th. This guy will be there for a boys basketball game against Francis Scott Key. Then we're also back at Key next Friday for a really big girls game, February 2nd, when the Eagles host Westminster. Our pregame coverage for that one will begin at 6:15, and tip-off is set for 6:30. Be sure to catch all of our high school sports content online on Facebook and YouTube, as well as our website at cmsportsnet.com, and you can watch us always on cable channel HD 1086. Thanks again, everybody. For Devon, Lesniak, and Jackson Smith, I'm Pat Stoetzer, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy your weekend.
Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza in the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.